The pain, the sacrifice, the dedication. Tonight, we take a special look at the men and women of All Elite Wrestling as they prepare for their biggest show in over a year. This is AEW Countdown, Double or Nothing. Welcome to the show.
Well, to be honest with you, and pardon my language, Kenny's become an arrogant, overbearing prick.
We waited for over a year while we plotted and planned.
Some people make matches. Other people make money. Kenny Omega makes history.
For Kenny Omega to go into all these different organizations and win championships.
Oh, one-winged angel! One-winged angel!
It would be like an athlete going into the Olympics and winning gold medals in all sorts of different sports.
Oh my God, what did we just see?
1 belt's not enough, 2 belts not enough, 3 belts not enough, 4 belts not enough.
The world champion, the man who has all the gold right now.
There's not enough accolades to truly talk about what this man has accomplished. So the mindset has been to change the wrestling industry. The mindset has been to make history.
My mindset has been this: win, win, win. I'm addicted to being the best.
I don't know if you can say that Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world today because he has so many belts that he can't carry them all. Does it make him more dangerous, or does it make him susceptible? I think it makes him more dangerous because I think it gives him more confidence. The more titles he can collect, the more confidence he will have that he is absolutely invincible.
Kenny Omega is so consumed by his success, by this poison drip in his ear from Don Callis, that he doesn't even resemble the Kenny Omega that walked into AEW in early 2019. He is a completely changed man.
Where's your dignity gone, man? Did you lose it with your honesty and your shame, huh? You see, once upon a time, Kenny, you were lauded as the greatest professional wrestler on the face of planet Earth. And look at you now.
Let me guess, Nick.
All right.
We need to hurry up and sell some pay-per-views. Let's get the Young Bucks to do a quick interview. Right?
I guess so.
The thing that always warmed my heart about the Young Bucks, not just their in-ring style, but the fact that they really embraced the support of their fan base.
They've abandoned a lot of things that got them to the top. Now you see this team, they're wearing $15,000 Air Dior shoes and the outfits and the lack of respect that they have for other tag teams.
I'm disappointed in this attitude change.
Do you feel like we've changed? I don't.
Well, you do have a nose earring now.
Our appearance, I guess, but the attitude's been the same. We've been the best for a long, long time, right? Has that changed? No. So what has really changed? Our cool danglies that we're wearing? Like, I'm tough.
I just don't like them. I really tried. From the moment I got to AEW, I said, I don't really know about these guys. I don't know their deal, but like, hey, they're one of the greatest tag teams of our generation. I know that, I accept that.
Was I surprised to see them turn on Jon Moxley? Yes.
What the hell? The Young Bucks just super kicked Jon Moxley.
I thought they had had enough of Kenny Omega's antics.
They were my teammates, and they went and embarrassed me. And embarrassed Eddie Kingston.
How do you turn on someone when you're never on their side? We've been friends with Kenny Omega for over a decade. This is a friendship that spanned different countries.
Different promotions.
This is family, John. You're not family. You're an outsider. You're a guy from the other place.
You gotta get mad at that, Jesus.
He's gonna get mad if I say that?
I don't care though.
No, I don't either.
They basically signed an agreement that we're gonna fight until one of us is not walking anymore.
I'm not afraid of you. We just put our best friends, SCU, out to pasture without even batting a single eyelash. What am I gonna be afraid to do to you?
Win, lose, or draw, you know that Kingston and Moxley can have a bowling shoe ugly match at the drop of a hat.
You know what's better than 1 belt? 2 belts. The AEW World Tag Team Championships. That sounds pretty good to me.
Folks, this is going to be a slobber knocker, I can tell you that right now.
Oh! Boom with the knee to the face.
Hikaru Shida's been, regardless of gender, regardless of division, she has been the most dominant champion ever, period.
Shida has been the AEW champion for over a year, who's had some incredible opponents, some incredible matches.
She changed her tactics every time she's had a world title match.
We know Shida's got a mean streak, but she hasn't anybody prepared coming for her like Britt.
I promised you I would be working my way up the ranking system, so eventually you, the people, are going to get what you finally deserve. A role model as your AEW Women's Champion.
She calls herself the Draw. She's the needle mover. She makes things happen in AEW. She started at the bottom, worked her way up, won her matches to put herself, without a doubt, in that #1 contender spot.
The next challenger to Hikaru Shida's AEW Women's World Championship, Dr. Britt Baker.
I think we've seen her evolve and develop before our very eyes, and the one person she can maybe thank for that is Hikaru Shida. Sometimes when you taste your own blood, it's a hell of a wake-up call.
And ever since then, I've been the baddest bitch on the block. You said it. That's your words, not mine. It's poetic that the monster Shida created is ultimately going to dethrone her, unless she's able to kill me. In case you haven't noticed, I'm pretty hard to kill.
I try to look at recruitment just with a completely open mind. You look at somebody like Anthony Ogogo, who is a legit Olympic medalist in a combat sport in boxing. You can't look past that. Whether it works out and he becomes part of AEW or not, it seems like he has the passion and the burning desire.
What you may or may not know is I'm the one who introduced Anthony Ogogo to Cody. I knew what kind of athlete Anthony was. And with his work ethic, determination, and passion, transitioning into professional wrestling, that's a no-brainer. And there was no one that I trusted more than Cody to be the one to train him. The last thing I expected Ogogo to do is to do what he has done.
Oh! What the hell's going on here now? Anthony Ogogo, the Olympic bronze medalist boxer and Nightmare Factory student.
He's calling for Cody. He wants him to get Cody.
That left hand is...
Oh my God, body shot.
It dropped Cody Rhodes with one single blow.
In the UK, I'm a household name. I'm mainstream, baby. Look at me. The British people, they follow me. They cheer every punch. But this ain't Great Britain. This is shitty America. And all you silly Yanks, you're gonna learn soon enough. The hard way.
One of the greatest and most critically acclaimed action-packed matches in AEW history was the Stadium Stampede.
One of the most entertaining and unique presentations that I've ever been a part of.
Stadium Stampede is a football field and a stadium.
They don't teach Stadium Stampede matches in pro wrestling school.
There's only been one Stadium Stampede before this, and the Inner Circle was part of that match.
We know how crazy this match can get, and nothing is off limits in this match.
You have such a vast, quote-unquote, battleground. You have so many places you can go and so many things you can do.
Had no idea what to expect.
There is a pro wrestling ring that is placed on the 50-yard line of the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium.
There are many, many different kinds of utensils and tools that are stored around the stadium.
Horses, golf carts.
High spots.
Getting thrown off a building.
Low spots.
They use the field lining mechanism.
I'm not sure if that's a regulation line.
3-story spots off of the luxury decks.
And of course, at TIAA Bank Field, they even have a pool.
There's a reason why I said Stadium Stampede, because they lost it last year and they're gonna lose it again this year.
How is part 2 gonna be different? It's always gonna be different because it's different dynamics. This is not the elite. This is the pinnacle.
Specifically what happened at the end of the match.
I mean, what do you want me to say? We had the guys beat. We had them all beat. We had them all down and out. And then we didn't.
He's going for higher ground. That's exactly what that coward's doing. And Jericho surveying the area. He sees where his adversary has ascended to.
Let's remember, Chris did not have to climb to the top of the cage where MJF was, but Jericho's emotions took over. His desire to eliminate MJF as a thorn in his proverbial side, reared its head.
I think the entire Pinnacle was down. It was basically Inner Circle 5, Pinnacle 0. But slight twist of fate, fortunes change, and we surrendered. And then MJF threw me off the cage anyway.
When the Pinnacle won Blood and Guts, I think that really solidified their reputation as the top group in AEW.
I told you I was going to take Chris Jericho's spot along with his crown. Now I'm the demo god.
Everyone's going to be calling me the greatest of all time because that's what I did. I took the greatest of all time and I shoved him off the top of the mountain.
It can't be overstated how huge it was for Pinnacle. They're the #1 faction right now in AEW, bottom line.
Will you give us a rematch? Yes or no?
You want to say that when you survive Blood and Guts and that you take down the Inner Circle that it feels good, but truth be told, part of you is missing when you get out of Blood and Guts.
My answer is no. Get him, Sammy. That's more than a little bit of the bubbly. That's a lot of bit of the bubbly. Oh, God.
10 men entered the cage at Blood and Guts, and 10 men walked out, completely changed men.
You want a match? We'll take you on the same match you lost last year. Stadium Stampede! If you guys lose, look at me, Chris. If you guys lose, the Inner Circle has to break up forever!
Now, there's a constant power struggle here in AEW between the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle.
If you decide to do Stadium Stampede, just know it will be your last match, Inner Circle. Because when you're in the Pinnacle, you're always on top.
Was it worth putting my body through this? Was it worth putting my family through this? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I'm asking you!
It will be very hard to predict how any of them are able to bounce back.
So if you want our answer, whether the Inner Circle accepts the challenge for Stadium Stampede, it is 1,000% yes!
What can you expect when the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle meet at Double or Nothing?
When it's Pinnacle on one side and your Inner Circle on the other, what to expect?
I'll tell you one thing, I've been around a long time, and the pent-up hatred between two units, I've never really felt anything this dangerous.
And I expect the Inner Circle to fall yet again.
There's no traditional wrestling when it comes to the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. It's going to be a fight every single time we're looking across the ring from those men.
In a parking lot, in a wrestling ring, a boxing ring,
in the street, or in a stadium.
The result will be the same.
It's not going to be fun and games. It's not going to be a comedy show. It's not going to be a rom-com or SNL stand-up skit. It's going to be a fight. 30 plus years. Be proud of yourself, Christopher. But it's time to go.
Will this match end the difference between Chris Jericho's Inner Circle and MJF's Pinnacle? And my answer is no.
You know what this is gonna do? It's going to take away those slimy, little disgusting mouth breathers known as the Inner Circle. That's what it's gonna do. It's going to make sure that they stay away and for good this time. Because after we beat them, they're gonna have to break up forever, and it's going to put the biggest smile on my face.
If we can't beat the Pinnacle, then we probably shouldn't be in AEW anymore.
AEW's biggest pay-per-view of the year, Double or Nothing. What's gonna happen?
The Pinnacle will come out on top.
This ain't over until the Inner Circle says it's over. And we are going to take from you everything and give you nothing.
And after Double or Nothing, the Inner Circle will be no more.
The Inner Circle is coming for you! Hell is coming for you, Pinnacle! May 30th, Double or Nothing! We're gonna dance all over your face! and piss all over your grave.
Some men were born to be buried.
Still to come on AEW Countdown to Double or Nothing. How is the AEW Women's World Champion, Hikaru Shida, preparing for Dr. Britt Baker? Plus, is Sting ready for his return to the ring in front of a live crowd? But up next, we will hear from the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Look at you, Jon Moxley. Oh, you think you're so tough, though, because he wears a tank top backstage with jeans, and he tapes his wrists, and he punches really hard, and he throws really hard haymakers. Haymakers that I will duck. I will roll underneath, and I will blow you the hell up, because I'm faster than you.
Same with Eddie Kingston.
Oh, Eddie, we wrestled a couple times on the Indies. You were the guy I big leagued. I didn't even want to shake your hand in the locker room. You know why? Because I thought you were beneath me. When you came to AEW, I didn't even say hello to you.
Plus, what does the TNT champion Miro have to say about the Murder Hulk?
I've never seen two guys try to be so cool as the Young Bucks have been recently. You know, Excalibur, our partner on our broadcast team, has been around the Young Bucks for years out there in Southern California. I could tell by his voice how disappointed he was and is in the character change of the Jackson boys.
For their entire careers up until this point, the Young Bucks really embraced the pro wrestling aesthetic that they loved growing up. The neon trunks, the tassels, all of that stuff. And now to see them flaunt their wealth and their fame in the way that they're doing so, it's gross. I knew their struggle when they started pro wrestling. And now it seems like they feel they've somehow transcended pro wrestling.
It's one thing to be on the underground and be the guys that everybody's rooting for. Oh, Young Bucks, these guys are great. There's all this hype behind us. But as soon as you go commercial, as soon as you sign with a big label, everybody turns on you. Did we change? I don't think that we changed. I think that you changed. You stopped thinking that we were cool. You're the ones who went on Reddit and started threads about how much we suck and how this team is greater than the Young Bucks. We've been great all along.
While the old cliche goes that the Young Bucks are tag team partners for life due to being brothers, Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley have a bond that might be stronger than that.
And that came through being together, being on the road in the independent wrestling circuit, making, $25, $30, $40 a night. Those life conditions brought them together. It galvanized them.
When the chips were down, when we see who's real and who's not, I knew I would always still ride with Eddie Kingston.
I believe that Moxley's going to want to win this title as much for Eddie as for himself.
Eddie and even Jon Moxley, I know Jon Moxley, had wrestled for a major promotion for a long time, but Eddie suffered, if suffering is the right word, but Eddie stayed on the independent circuit for a long, long time. No one has more reason to be a champion in AEW than Eddie Kingston. No one.
I busted my ass to get hit. And even if I didn't get hit, I'm not like every other pro wrestler. What I say is real.
It may be strange to some people, the modus operandi of Mox and Eddie as it relates to the Young Bucks.
Eddie and Jon are trying to attack the lifestyle before they attack them in the ring. And I think that's a pretty good strategy.
You drove your dang truck into our brand new Elite trailer. Okay, got us there, but hey, those are a dime a dozen, we'll buy another one. Then you guys went into our locker room and you trashed our locker room. But when you came into the ring and you put your hands on our personal property, our air Diors, and you took them, you crossed the line.
All this tells me is that through their actions and their attitude, the Young Bucks have created a monster here.
Those things are rare. There've only been 5,000 made in this world. Go look at StockX. Go Google it, you marks.
They had to know how bad they screwed up.
So guys, that was the last straw. Now this is a title match. This is for these.
The moral compass of the universe needs to be set into correction, and that's gonna happen when Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley become world tag team champions.
How in the hell are you gonna hang in the ring with the two best wrestlers of all time?
Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley are brawlers. They're gonna try to take it down to the ring. They wanna fight like this is the street. Hey, I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Once upon a time, I mean,
It was the street.
Is that where they're from? Cucamonga, right?
I mean, it was the nicer part of Rancho. Okay, but we had an alley in the back.
The bad boys of the streets of Rancho Cucamonga. The Young Bucks.
You think you're tough guys? You're gonna see the toughest version of the Young Bucks that you've ever seen at Double or Nothing.
Y'all have not been in the ring with two dogs like us ever in your life.
This match won't be about a super kick party or leaping over the top to the outside. I think it's going to resemble a street fight. And who are you going to take in a street fight? The Young Bucks or Moxley and Eddie?
What were your goals coming into AEW?
The best man!
Would you look at that? The crowd's going crazy. Miro is the best man.
They changed.
Nobody's gonna stop me! Yeah!
Everybody has a boiling point, and I've reached mine.
I warned the locker room, you got a title, you got a problem. Well, now the problem is here to collect.
That is the most intimidating stare in all of AEW. And Miro just attacking, assaulting Darby Allin before the bell.
Just unmitigated power, the savagery, the brutality of Miro.
It's about damn time. I deserve this. I'm the best. I've always been the best. Always knew I'm the best.
Oh no!
Uh-oh, this
Game over! Oh my God! He's got the waist lock cinched in. Darby's bent in half. There's nowhere for Darby to go. And it's over.
We've got a new champion. Miro has beaten Darby Allin.
Is there anybody that stands a chance in AEW against Miro?
But we've got a new champion, and he ain't no best man.
The answer is clearly not.
Y'all scared everybody. Look at this. And you think Miro's more scary than he is?
I should be the TNT champion. It's kind of like coming full circle.
Man, this Murder Hawk monster is something. 6'8", agile, a former college football quarterback.
When we step in the ring at Double or Nothing, oh, I'm gonna show you fear.
He got this huge rush of blood in his back of the head, and he rushed out right away.
And we've got the Murder Hawk monster!
But as soon as he came close to me, all of a sudden he pulled out the brakes. It's very interesting how these things work, but that's what happens. You think one thing, but when you come close to me, when you come close to Miro, all of a sudden you're intimidated, you're afraid, because you know you're gonna get beat. This is my title. You trying to come and take this away from me, you're gonna get beat so bad you're gonna end up unconscious, and I can guarantee you that.
This is an absolute powder keg ready to explode.
And when that explosion happens, it's gonna be Miro's head blowing up underneath my boot. Everybody dies. And that includes you, Miro. Everybody dies. Everybody dies.
Still to come on AEW Countdown to Double or Nothing, it's Cody Rhodes like you've never seen him before. Plus, we will hear from the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, Pac, and Orange Cassidy. But up next, is this Dr. Britt Baker's time? And what does Darby Allin and Sting have in store for Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky?
Since I won the AEW Women's title at Double or Nothing last year, I've always felt both confidence and pressure. Even though I struggle with those two feelings, I always worked hard to improve myself. Those two feelings made me stronger. You should fear that, Britt Baker, because all you've worked hard at is talking shit.
Shida has been champion for a year, and a difficult year at that.
But I am the face of this division. I'm the role model, I'm the heart, I'm the soul. I am the pulse.
It seems like you are holding your nose in the air, like you think you're better. Maybe I should teach you a lesson. Maybe I should break it again. Don't confuse me for a good person. I just follow my Bushido. And I will use any means necessary. When I won the title, there are no crowds in the arena. To be honest, I don't remember how I feel with full crowds. This is when my dreams come true. I can't lose.
You know what everyone else here does when they go home? They relax. I'm up at 5 in the morning, I get to the office, I work sometimes 10, 12-hour days, I go to the gym at night, I train, and I watch wrestling. I'm never off the clock, and that's why I'm the most dangerous thing we have on this roster. My untapped potential terrifies me.
She is willing to die in that ring to get what she wants, and she's not afraid for the world to see it now. She is unapologetically herself. Britt is the face of AEW Women's Division because she is the whole package. She's top selling in merch, she's top of the charts in ratings, she was the first woman to sign at AEW. She deserves to be the face of AEW Women's Division. And quite honestly, if there was anybody else who could do it, they would have that role, wouldn't they? Confidence is what makes me different than the entire women's roster. I don't just say I'm the best, I know in my heart and in my mind that I am the best thing in this women's division. She has no idea what she's up against because she's faced a different version of me in the past. This is a different Dr. Britt.
Many would say this match was inevitable because of Shida's run as a champion and because Britt deserves a title shot.
So we're gonna see whether Dr. Britt Baker can close the deal or Shida's gonna find some intestinal fortitude, if you will, and remain AEW Women's Champion.
I do believe that Britt Baker has got the momentum, the confidence to be ascending to the top of the mountain.
There's no secret Britt and I are friends. I think it's her time. Plus, when she wins, I'm gonna run up to her and hug her as she walks off.
Hikaru Shida did not fight this hard to defend the title in front of a sold-out crowd to come up short. Shida will once again prove her dominance.
When is this being published?
Not sure, really.
Okay, we should get a couple with me with the belt.
Success is anything that you strive for. You put in the grind, then you grind more. Accomplish your goals, then you find more. And you don't need to rest if you want to be the best. If you want it, don't wait your turn. None of this is given, everything is earned. If you want it, don't wait your turn. None of this is given, everything is earned. Everything is earned.
They know I'm the star of this division. I'm the face of this division. But when I can show it, that's it. The argument's done.
See you at Double or Nothing, DMD. Dirty Moron Damas. Britt Baker.
AEW hasn't lived up to their end of the deal. I give them star power. I'm a world-class athlete, and yet here I am.
Being overlooked, handing opportunity after opportunity to any and everybody but me.
Forcing me to share the spotlight with, frankly, people who aren't even on my level.
I'm the face of the revolution. I grabbed the brass ring. And now,
we're not waiting.
We're not asking.
We'll take anything
and everything we want.
Scorpio Sky, he just blindsided Sting. And now Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky attacking Darby and Sting.
I think that Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, for lack of a better term, found each other. And boy, they have a tremendous opportunity to notch their guns against Sting and Darby.
Sting is nothing more than a mosquito, feeding, sucking on the blood of this company.
Perhaps they're letting their mouths override their talent.
Darby Allin, you and I have a very storied history.
Ethan Page and Darby Allin had a very brutal rivalry on the independent pro wrestling scene. It was horrendous. Darby Allin had a skull fracture.
Right here, this dent? Yeah, that's from you. You also broke my elbow. I got a metal plate put in there.
I did that to you, Darby. Me. You didn't trip and fall doing one of your crazy-ass skateboard stunts, no. I did that with my bare hands. Scarred you for the rest of your life.
It is true. Ethan Page is the only man that's ever really injured Darby Allin.
I don't know why everyone looks at Darby Allin like some kind of unsolvable riddle. Ethan Page has the...
Darby! They're way up in the ring! Darby Allin just charging headlong into Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page!
So now that you're in AEW, I expected you right from the start to get in my face. What took you so long, Ethan?
He's surrounded by concrete and steel!
When push comes to shove, Darby Allin got exactly what was coming to him.
Wait, no! Oh my God! No! The concrete steps Darby Allin!
You think when you see something like a human being being thrown down concrete stairs, you go to the lowest common denominator in your mind and say, God dang, old Darby is gutsy, he's a strange enigma, but his fearlessness has just bit him in the ass.
But this shows what the extent that Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky will go to be recognized in AEW, and that's a dangerous thing.
You guys want to take everything away from me, and a matter of fact, you did take everything away from me. That TNT Championship, that's all I ever wanted. That was validation for everything I've ever worked for.
So now I've scarred you, I've cost you your title, and going into Double or Nothing, I'm gonna embarrass you with my good buddy Scorpio Sky.
I will be the nail in your coffin!
And there is the icon, Sting. Darby! There's Darby on the skateboard! Such a bitter rivalry between all four men!
To have a sold-out arena all cheering for you at Double or Nothing, I think that is going to be a huge motivator for Sting.
At Double or Nothing, it's showtime.
Still to come, will this be the end of Kenny Omega's title reign? But up next, is Cody Rhodes prepared to face the Olympic bronze medalist Anthony Ogogo?
Cody, in my opinion, is the best wrestler in the world today. But when Cody gets in the ring with me, it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a fight.
To win a bronze medal in the Olympics using your fists, pretty impressive.
I think anyone should fear Ogogo. I fear Ogogo. I've known him all his life. He's an absolute beast.
I got to see more than a boxer turned wrestler to think that Anthony's not going to do anything but go to the woodshed.
Cody is more than just one of the faces of TNT, more than one of the faces of AEW. He is truly one of the most resilient and toughest athletes out there, and that comes from his upbringing.
Cody cannot let his ego overwhelm what he does best. That's wrestle. From the amateurs as an undefeated state champion to becoming the TNT champion, that's what he's got to focus on. You wrestle his ass.
I've been in the ring with some boxers before, a pretty famous guy named Floyd Mayweather. What Cody needs to be aware of is the unconscious competence that Anthony's gonna have. My advice to Cody would be to keep Anthony Ogogo on the ground and stay away from his hands. With a punching power like Anthony Ogogo has, he could end that match in one punch.
It's definitely concerning for my wife. We're nearing her due date.
It's a fear on getting hurt, but I'm gonna tell her he's not ready. I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna put him away quickly, and I hope I'm not lying to my wife.
I do not like living here in America. This place is good for one thing, money. Tony Khan decided to throw so much money to acquire my services. So I'm here to earn his money. Then I'm going back to London, and I will never set foot in this shithole ever again.
You didn't come here to live the England dream.
To call myself the American dream for one night, I will not tell you that I've earned that or deserve, but I can tell you it is mine to pick up, and I just can't think of a better night to do so when someone's run down the United States of America. I would rather succeed or fail doing it my way and being my own man than sell out to be something I'm not. Everyone who stands across from the ring from me, they're gonna be looking up at the lights. When I say do the work, it means do the work. This shit is in my veins. I am a professional wrestler, and I've never been anything but that. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not proud to be an American. It's on my neck.
Prior to 1961, in Atlanta, Georgia, there was segregation. And in 2021, my wife will give birth to a beautiful white, a beautiful black American princess who will have both identities, shun neither. And I want her to know I didn't just have this defeatist attitude when somebody ran down the United States. I got up off my ass and I fought back.
I thought Cody's promo was beautiful, actually. I had a lump in my throat and a tear in my eye. Being a mixed race man myself, I know the struggles. And it's amazing that she's got Cody to help her navigate through those difficult situations. It's just a shame that he won't be able to see her. It's a double or nothing. I'm gonna fracture his orbital bone. I'm gonna detach his retina. Cody, at best, I'm gonna leave you a blind man.
They say you can't come home again, but look at this, I'm back. And at times it feels like I never left. I done seen my American dreams come true. Kick the habits I acquired in this place, whatever's next. I'ma make the most of it, but I carry ghosts of it. Several deaths close to me. Every step that I take is supposed to be like an oath to me, but I carry forth with this torch with a heavy chest. There's really no throne in this kingdom. Not by them hoops where you shoot or you sling from. Not in that stoop where you hang and you drink from. Not on that stage or that mic that we sing from.
I will leave you a bloody mess in the middle of my ring with your skull cracked and your jaw jacked.
He's an Olympic medalist. He was on Dancing with the Stars. He's the total package. But here's what he's not: a wrestler. Not yet.
I've been around the world, always looking for something else to maybe fill the hole. But I saw that road become cold, and it took what it was old. So I'm coming back to maybe save my soul. Yeah, I'm coming home.
At Double or Nothing, it will be Anthony Ogogo versus the American Dream, Cody Rhodes.
Still to come on AEW Countdown to Double or Nothing, we break down the main event and hear from the champion and the challengers.
I've been a busy man as of late.
So let's call a spade a spade. Kenneth, you've been dodging me for a while. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry knows that me and you have unfinished business.
The two top contenders will go one-on-one in an eliminator match. Pac and Orange Cassidy. With the winner to face you at Double or Nothing.
Despite being a multiple champion, it's clear for all to see that you're a husk. A crumbling shell of your former self. That's right, Billy Big Bollocks. Your confidence is shot.
Pac, or...
That championship has bastard written all over it.
Pac is the best athlete in AEW, bar none. I'm really surprised at this moment in AEW that Pac does not have some sort of championship belt.
Everything he does is vicious. and he really digs inner deep somewhere, wherever that demon is that's in his chest that makes him who he is, and he gives 100% every time.
I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor. What is Pac? He's an animal. How is it that he's cleared to do what he does in the ring? I would say if there's one athlete within AEW that has the natural talent that could trump what I do, yeah, that's Pac.
Oh! I guess everyone forgets that I'm the guy that beat Chris Jericho twice. So what makes you think that I can't beat two guys in the same match?
We don't have a winner, and you will have to face both men at Double or Nothing.
We value you in this company, and this isn't just the champion speaking. This is an EVP speaking to you right now, okay? We care about you. We need you to sell those shirts. We need you to be the mascot of AEW. Not so much as we need you as the main eventer.
Kenny Omega doesn't have to get pinned to lose this championship. If Pac pins Cassidy or Cassidy pins Pac, Kenny Omega can lose that AEW championship without even having his shoulders touch the mat.
This is a simple legal document where you give up your right to be in the main event at Double or Nothing because you're injured.
The rise of Orange Cassidy in AEW has been a surprise to just about everybody. And I'm not talking about his popularity, I'm talking about his winning streak.
It's impossible to describe Orange Cassidy. He seemingly doesn't care, but he does care. And that's what makes him so dangerous. If you underestimate Orange Cassidy, you are making a big mistake.
I'll see you whenever, and maybe we can talk about whatever later, Orange. See you in the funnies, buddy.
Omega ended the interview and he walked off. Orange Cassidy didn't walk off this tail between his legs. I was impressed by that. And I think it gave Omega, Callis, and anybody else that's interested something to think about. You're not going to intimidate this guy.
Kenny Omega proved that he is a bully, but Orange Cassidy is somebody that he's unflappable. He will not be bullied. He will not be intimidated.
We're going to see three highly motivated guys, and of course the one that's got the most to lose, that's Kenny Omega. And as far as a lot of fans are concerned, I think that they hope that happens.
Orange Cassidy is in this match whether anyone likes it or not. So I guess that means that I can win.
A boyhood dream come true. Boy, a guy that wears jeans and a jean jacket and some cheap shades. Okay, well, maybe they're not cheap. I appreciate the Ray-Bans.
Orange Cassidy's a great wrestler. Kenny Omega is a god. Big difference.
Kenny Omega never pinned me. Pac never pinned me.
Well, I think coming out of Double or Nothing, I think, unfortunately, you're going to see Kenny Omega retain the AEW World Championship. But the fact is, the Elite, the Young Bucks, the Good Brothers, Don Callis, they are all there, and they will watch the back of Kenny Omega and make sure Kenny Omega retains the AEW World Championship.
All I care is about getting the opportunity that I deserve. You see, I should have been a champion here years ago. In a Double or Nothing, I won't be denied.
Watch as the greatest wrestler in your day and any other accomplishes a feat that no one has yet in AEW history, and that's win the first ever pay-per-view main event that was a three-way dance. I'm not going anywhere until you find someone that can actually beat me.